science, technology, Welcome to the future. Welcome to the future.
I'll start with an introduction to welcome our listeners, and then I will bring you in. So just relax and enjoy the conversation. So let my some magic happen for the students in Vietnam. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the VietQubit podcast, episode 2. I'm Trung Thu, your curator today. And today, we have the honors to hosting Mr. Shai Resef, founder and president of the University of the People, the world's first tuitions-free, fully online, accredited university. And Mr. Resef is a social entrepreneur and education innovator who has fundamentally changed how we think about access. And in 2023, he received a prestigious Yidan Prize for education development, often called the Nobel Prize of Education. And his mission is simple yet radical to open the gates of higher education for everyone, everywhere, regardless of their financial circumstances. Today, we diving into the conversation that matters deeply to young people, especially in Vietnam. And we are exploring 3 interconnected themes. First, how AI reshaping the nature of work and what careers will look like for the next generation. Second, how higher education needs to evolve to prepare students for this AI era reality. Third, practical insight on career pathways, financial aid, and opportunities, particularly for Vietnamese students interested in studying at University of the People. Whether you're a higher school student considering your university options and a young professional wondering about upskilling or simply curious about the futures of education and careers, this conversation is for you. And Mr. Richesse, thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for your kind words. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to be here and to speak to Vietnamese students and potential students and graduates to tell a bit about UoPeople and hopefully to open the doors to many more to study with us. So again, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I love the energy. Before we jump into the big questions, I love to start with something personal. Many of our listeners don't know your story yet. So let me ask, if you have to tell your story, your journey in education and with the University of the People to a young person living in the AI age, how would you tell it? What's the story you'd want them to hear?
Well, I think that I spent over 20 years of my life in for-profit education. And I was in charge of tens of programs for hundreds of thousands of students. And I also started the first online university in Europe through partnership with the University of Liverpool. And that's where I realized how powerful online learning can be. And we had students, from all over the world. We had students from Vietnam. They can stay home, keep their job, and still get this great European education. But at the same time, I realized that for most people, it was a wishful thinking. It was too expensive. So I ended up selling all my business, and I decided that now it's my turn to give back. And I decided to start a university that will be tuition free to enable the millions of people around the world who are qualified for higher education but cannot do so to come and study with us. I think that education is, all the statistics show that there is a great correlation between education and the success of people. Education give a better chance for a better future. And as such, we want to help many more people to be educated. And that's exactly what we do with UoPeople.
And that leads to my next question about a foundational decision. Looking back over the years, is there one decision you made that you now see as the foundational of the University of the People as this exists today?
Eh, well, it's an interesting question because I said that I had a university in Europe. And I knew how to build a university and how to make an online university, but it was very expensive. And it was clear that if we do the same model, most of the people will not be able to study with us. So I looked around and I saw that there is open source technology, meaning technology that people produce and let others use for free, and open educational resources, which is content that professors create and put on the internet for the rest of the world to use for free. But I also realize that there are places, internet sites, where professors are coming online and helping students with their homework for free. So I told myself, open free technology, free content, and free professors, that's a university. All I have to do is to put it together and create a university. But in order for it to be tuition free, it was not only using all the free, but to rely on volunteers. And that was the main decision that we made at the beginning, that the university would be based on volunteers. I'm a volunteer. The deans are volunteers. We have 25 professors of great universities who volunteer with us. And we have altogether 47,000 volunteers. We have a lot of volunteers. They do everything. That was a major decision that we took at the very beginning. And I think that that's what made us so successful. Yeah.
So amazing. Now let's talk about recognition and responsibility. In 2023, you received the Yidan Prize, and this is not a small honor. You received this prize is often called is the Nobel Prize of Education. Could you briefly explain what the Yidan Prize is and why the committee selected the University of the People's model?
So the Yidan Prize is a prize that was established by Chen Yidan, and it is Yidan Chen, and it is a great, the greatest and the most prestigious award in education, and it is given every year to two people. One is a researcher, someone who does research in education, and one in education development, those who develop a unique project in education. And that's the one that I won because your people is very unique, both in terms of its structure, its structure, but also because it's the first institution that came and said education should be available, accessible, and affordable to all with the right quality. So our mission is to change the way higher education is being today, to have it much more accessible, much more affordable, and to have high quality. And by building a different model for higher education, because our model is different than any other higher education institution. The Yidan Prize gave us the prize, and the prize is both recognition of our work, it helping us spread the word so many others will hear about us, but also it actually gives us the means, the financial means to do even better and even more. So yeah, so it's a great prize, very important in our very important milestone to University of the People and for me personally. And we hope that along the years we will justify the honor of receiving it.
Wow. Yeah. So from your perspective as a Yidan Prize recipients, what do you think needs to change more urgently in global higher education to keep pace with the AI age?
I think that AI is a big word and very important word. In every aspect of our life, from politics all the way to education, and everything that we do has AI is relevant there. I think that that AI will change
Yeah.
education. A lot of people resist AI and they said, oh, students should not use AI. Professors should forbid AI. We shouldn't use AI in education. And I think it's a big mistake. It's a big mistake for two reasons. First of all, you can say whatever you want. Students are going to use AI. Whether you like it or not, students are using AI. But the main reason is that AI has so much potential. I'm looking at us, and AI will enable us to answer students' questions instantly and the right answer. I'll give you one example, which is a simple example, but I think that it will make it clear. We have by now 170,000 students, and I'm sure that every week we have 5 to 10,000 students that write to their professors and say, listen, something happened. Can I submit my homework late? So here you have 5,000 times the professor answer the same question. Now, the AI can answer the question. And by the way, I'm not sure that the professor know the answer if we allow the students to hand the homework late or not. The AI know the answer because we tell the AI the answer and everyone will know it. So AI can improve and you can get the answer in a second and the right answer. AI will enable us to give better service to the students. It enables us to recruit better students and help them find a job. But one of the main things is the education process itself. AI can help us upgrade the courses under the supervision of the instructors, be on the side of the professors to tutor the students, to help them with any questions they have, to explain any topic they don't understand. We can make education much more personalized. One student like to study fast. AI can write a course that you study really fast. And other students like to study slow. AI can make it as well. And students like to study by watching videos. AI can prepare videos. And other students like to exchange questions and answers all the time. That's how they study. AI can do that. So AI can act, even it's funny, but one person would like cars, automobile, like cars. Another person like flowers. So you can design the course. I mean, you teach statistics, right? For example, but the content can be about cars or flowers. You can actually adjust the content so it will be more exciting to the students, but you teach them the same material. That's all AI. AI can make education amazing, and it will make much
Yeah.
more engaging, and students would like it much more and study much more. Now, then come the other question that everyone is talking about students cheating using AI,
Yeah.
right? Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
again, first of all, you can tell the students as much as you want, don't use AI. They will use AI because it's there and it can help them. So
Yeah.
what we say, instead of saying no, saying yes, but use it right. So tell the students, okay, here is the question for the week. Go to AI and get the answer. After you get the answer, read what the AI wrote you, analyze it. Do you agree? Don't you agree? Why you agree? Why don't you agree? But also look for the sources of the answer. Where did the AI, why did AI come with this answer? Where it took it from? What are the sources? And then you think that if the students read the answer, thought about it, analyze it, see the sources, he got the material. So AI just made it simpler for them. Why not? So
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of AI, and I think that AI, if used correctly, can be very good, um, very good for the students. And it's like when Wikipedia came.
Oh,
People
yeah.
say,
Yeah.
oh, Wikipedia, you are not allowed to use it. It's really bad. Now everyone uses Wikipedia. Well, not anymore. Now they move to AI. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the same is with AI. Everyone thinks it's
Yeah.
bad. But, when we get used to it, we will see how great it is. So, yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. Nowadays, everyone around me also use AI. They don't use Google anymore. They use AI to ask any questions. So that amazing. Just 1 year, amazing, everyone. So
And
yeah.
we check how students find out about your people. And it used to be Google. Now Google is going down and AI is going
Yeah,
up, and students
yeah,
find University of the People through AI.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
AI is replacing it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so now let's talk about the elephant in the room for many young people. AI is the fear, excitement, confusions. In your view, how is AI fundamentally changing the nature of work and career paths for young people in the next 5, 10 years, especially in the developing countries?
It's very interesting because I believe that AI will be everywhere and it
Mm.
will change, but
Mm.
it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the way it will be because I don't think, you know,
Mm.
AI will replace people with other people who know how to use AI.
Mm, mm,
So
mm, mm,
if right now, let's take the field that used to be extremely prestigious and in high demand, programmers. Today, you don't need programmers because AI can program. So
yeah.
people who graduate from computer science department have a hard
Mm,
time finding a job.
mm,
But you need people who will tell AI what to program and to check that
mm,
it programs well. So it's
yeah.
simply other people. So I think that people need the skills of using AI. I think
Mm,
that we, as any other university, should teach people in every field how to use AI, how to use it
mm,
correctly, and
mm,
then they will have a find in the job market. I do not believe that in 5 years, that's it. People are not going to work. Only AI will work. No, people will work with AI, and AI will
mm,
make their life much easier and much more productive.
yeah. Mm. I totally agree with you. That is an interesting reframing, not threat, but opportunity. But I guess a specialist, if you had to choose 3 or 5 essential capabilities to ensure young people won't become unemployable due to AI, what would they be and why?
Okay. I think that first of all is understanding AI. Learning AI, whether you like it or you don't like it, if you are a person who prepare themselves to the job market, you must learn AI to know what is out there and how to use it. That's the first. The second thing, I think that people should have a broad knowledge of the world. Because having a broad knowledge, it is true that, you know, you haven't read a book, you can go to AI and say, "Can you tell me what's the book about in
Yeah.
3 lines?" Yes, but you need, to build your mind, to build your imagination, to build your overall knowledge, to be a well-rounded individuals with perspective of the world, open-minded. All this you need. That's what you need to equip yourself. And the last thing is critical thinking to be able to judge what is right, what is wrong, actually to be able to analyze AI. So these are the things that you need to equip yourself in order to be ready for the future job and for the workforce of the future.
Given volatile job markets, what role does the degree still play? And what's becoming more important, skill, mindset, or lifelong learning opportunity?
I think it is both. I think that, years ago in the Western world, people believed that only a few people should go to a university. All the rest should have vocational studies. So you need to have plumbers and you need to have mechanics and you need to have a lot of jobs that you don't need academic degrees. And most of the people, if you work in a factory, you don't need academic degree. When year goes on, after a few years, the belief became that everyone should have a degree. And the desire was to push everyone toward a degree, and almost every job you are better off if you have a degree. Now, actually, the world is going in a way back and said you don't need a degree. If you study the profession, you take courses in cybersecurity, you can work in cybersecurity, you don't need a degree. I think it's the combination of the two. Because on the one hand, you want to have the tools for the job market. On the other hand, you want to be ready for the future. You want to have better mind, to be well-rounded, to have the tools to deal with the new world. So therefore, I believe that you should both study the programs that are relevant for the job market, will help you find a job, but also study those courses that give you general knowledge and build your personality and you as a good and well-educated human being.
Actually, I also think about the ideas that better my information because actually I also use AI, and after use AI, I feel like I look like someone just to check information, to check the brain, to check something. Sometimes I feel like I also lost something in my side.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that AI is great. It's not enough. Yeah, you need more. Yeah.
Now, I want to get practical. Many Vietnamese listeners are probably wondering, what exactly does a University of the People offer? Can you introduce the main academic programs at University of the People, like majors, degree levels, program structure, duration, in a way that a high school student in Vietnam would easily understand.
So, University of the People offer bachelor degree, undergraduate degree in business administration, computer science, and health science, and master level program in IT, information technology, education, and business, meaning master in business administration, MBA. We chose these degrees because these are the degrees that are likely to help people find a job. So we are offering all these degrees. Undergraduate courses, BA, is 40 courses. Graduate courses are about 10 to 13 courses, depending on the program. And undergraduate, like any American degree, it's 4 years. You can study it faster if you want. You can study it slower. We let the people, some of our students, many of our students work while studying, so we let them study slower. On the other hand, many of our students want to study much faster, so we let them take more courses to study faster. When you study with us, it's fully online. You sit by yourself. However, you are in a virtual class of 30 students, and together with them, you study by weeks. Every week, you have the reading assignment, the homework assignment, and discussion between the students. So all week, you have discussion between the students under the supervision of the instructors. It's very intensive, very demanding, but give you all the flexibility in the world because you can study in the morning, at night, one day study, one day take off. It's up to you to decide when you want to study. And it's very engaging, and students who study with us are highly motivated, but also highly satisfied from the program that we have.
So when designing programs, what standards or competency frameworks the University of the People use to ensure graduates can compete in the global job market during the AI era?
Yeah, so on the one hand, we are tuition free, but while we are tuition free, we are not free. We expect the students to pay $160 per course, undergraduate, and about $400 for a graduate every course. So a full BA over as long as it takes, it's $6,400. Master level courses are less than $5,000 each course. So while we are very inexpensive, at the same time, we are making sure that what we teach is the most relevant for the job market. So we have for every program, we have advisory committee, which is both professors from the field as well as people from the business of the field. So in IT, we have both professors and people who work in startups and in Facebook and big companies. And what we do, we choose the courses that are relevant for them to study. And so therefore, when they come out of the program, they know what the industry needs, but moreover, while they're studying with us, we enable the students to take virtual internship. So to have internship in a real place, real job place. So when they come out, when they graduate, they don't only have the degree, but they have some work experience as well. And by the way, we have graduates working with Amazon, Apple, IBM, Microsoft, JP Morgan. So, we actually our graduates are doing extremely well and working in many of them in very prestigious places.
Wow, amazing. So now let's address the skepticism hit on. Many employers and students still doubt online degrees. So could you clarify the recognition and accreditation status of university or the people degrees and what makes this degree valuable to employees in the world where many people still question online degrees?
So I think that when I started the university 17 years ago, a lot of people were skeptical. Now people are less skeptical. In the US, over half of the students study today online. The majority of students study at least one course or one program online. So it became the mainstream. But I think also that it is important to say that we are accredited, and we are accredited by WASC. And WASC is the same accreditation that Berkeley, Stanford, UCLA has. So if you doubt, are we good enough? Well, if we have the same accreditation as Stanford and Berkeley, probably we are quite good. What can I say? Yeah.
Yeah, alumni surveys show that most University of the People graduates find employment or advance in their careers after graduation. How do you see these numbers in the context of the global employment landscape?
Well, I think that because our students are studying online, they can work remotely with any company anywhere. So to give you one example, we have 5,400 women in Afghanistan. And as you know, women in Afghanistan are not allowed to study, so they are hiding at home and study with us. Then we start having graduates, some women who graduated already. So we did a survey of the graduate. 60% of our women graduates in Afghanistan work remotely as programmers with international companies. So what we offer is the opportunity to stay wherever you are and work remotely with companies around the world. And especially to people who come from less developed countries, they can work with the best companies in the world remotely. So the opportunity is there, and that's what we prepare. Actually, we prepare the students to the 21st century way of working.
Wow, amazing. Also heard about Afghanistan. Wow. So for the students from developing countries, including Vietnam, what best ways could University of the People degrees often open remote work for international companies, further study, or something else?
Yeah, I think that we are basically opening the gates for our students from developing countries, including Vietnam, to work remotely with companies from around the world. So when students graduate, he can find a local job. Remember, our degree is a very prestigious degree in the US, so it's well respected all over the world. So they can work locally. They can start their own business or work remotely with companies from around the world. And this is um, definitely an opportunity for students from Vietnam. And Vietnamese students are great students, so we all know how good they are. So they should succeed in doing so.
Now, education opens the door, but career support helps you work through it. Tell us about your career service center. What specific service and tools does University of the People's Careers Service Center offer? Career counseling, CV writing, interview preparation, job connection, and so on?
So what we do, you know, when we started the university, we did not have career service because most of our students work while studying, so they didn't need us. As we grew and developed, we opened a career service center. And right now we help the students with the way to find a job. We teach them how to open a LinkedIn page. We teach them how to open a LinkedIn, how to look for a job, how to interview. So we actually help them find a job, but also, as I mentioned, we have now virtual internship. We help the students to work for half a year with a company that they choose. We give them the choice in their country, in other countries, what field of job, and prepare them for the job market. Some of them get a job offer while they're in the internship. Others simply come to the job market with the tools to say, listen, I already have a job experience, so please give me a job. Yeah, and it works.
I know story matter more than a service. So can you share a few stories of students or alumni who leverage University of the People's Careers Service global network and degree to achieve a career breakthrough?
Yeah, you know, we have actually one Vietnamese student who is work, but then he realized that he can't because he doesn't have a degree. He's being stuck. So he came to us and he did his MBA, and then he got promoted and found a great job. And this has happened all over the world. You know, one of the examples that is quite unique, and that's why I'm repeating it, a student of us who is from Yemen, and while studying with us, and actually he's disabled, but he studied with us from Yemen, and he found virtual internship as a programmer, not as a program, with AI, working on AI with a company from Ecuador. And when he completed the internship, they offered him a job. So he's still in Yemen, working for a company full time for a company in Ecuador. A different example, all the way different, is a woman from Afghanistan who got who was actually was kicked out of the university because when the Taliban took over. So she came to us, she completed a degree and applied to continue for a PhD and got accepted to Carnegie Mellon in the US. So now she's doing her PhD in a university in in the US, Carnegie Mellon. It's a great university. So, you know, it's like so many students in Vietnam and other places around the world who were successful. You know, we have over 500 students in Vietnam, from Vietnam. I mean, in Vietnam, from Vietnam. And I think that, you know, they are the best people to. By the way, we have in addition over 250 graduates from Vietnam. So Vietnam is a great country for us. We like Vietnam. They're great people and they're all doing extremely well. So yeah.
Yeah. So now we also want to focus on our Vietnamese audience. Many of you might be thinking, so how can I actually do this? What support is available for me, especially? Currently, what forms of financial aid or scholarship are available for Vietnamese students who want to study at the University of the People?
So first of all, we are more than welcome Vietnamese students to join us. And we, as I said, in order to study with us, students pay $160 for every undergraduate course and about 400 for every business administration master level course.
Oh,
We try to offer scholarships for those who cannot afford even that. However, we are limited with our scholarships. So from our perspective, we would give as many scholarships as we can, but we don't have enough scholarships. So if you cannot afford, you are welcome to apply, and you are welcome to apply and start. And if we have scholarship, we'll give a scholarship. If not, we'll simply tell you that we cannot. We do not have scholarship for graduate schools students
mm,
simply because we are limited. So first, we want to give the opportunity for undergraduate students to make sure that at least they have the first chance. But
mm,
again, even then, we don't. If we have people who are willing to support students, we would love to support students. The opportunity that we do have right now that is open for everyone, we signed an agreement with IBM. People who come to us and sign up with the University of the People can go to IBM through us and get a certificate in cybersecurity or data analytics for free. So they can come to us and then they go to IBM through us and get a certificate in, as I said, in cybersecurity or in data analytics, which prepare them for the job market. So after they complete the certificate, they can go right away to the job market. But at the
oh,
same time, they also get credit for this certificate with UoPeople. So when they are
mm,
done with the certificate, they can go and work with the certificate, IBM certificate. They can continue their studies with us toward a degree, or they can do both. Go to work and also continue studying with us. And this is free. Anyone is welcome to start there. So if you want this certificate, you're welcome to join us. And after that, if you want to continue your studies with us, you're more than welcome to do so. But then you need to pay the 160 per course unless you have scholarship.
wow. So what are the main criteria for financial aid scholarship consideration? And what advice do you have for young Vietnamese students preparing compelling application?
So, we opening the gates for every student who is
Yeah.
qualified. If
Mm.
you need to have high school diploma,
Oh,
proficiency in English, and a lot of motivation. So when you have a high school diploma in English, if your English is not good enough, you take a test with us, passing the English. If you don't pass it, we tell you go improve your English, take the test again, and please come to us and study.
mm.
And then we ask you to take orientation and two courses. And the two courses is for you, the student, to see that you like the way we teach and you like what we're doing, but for us to see that you meet our standards. If you pass the courses, you get credit for the two courses and become a degree seeking student. If you do not, you can. So I think that basically we accept all the students, but you really need to make sure that your English is good enough. You have the time, you have the motivation, you have the discipline, because otherwise, we tell the students it's a um, 20 hours per week per course that you study with us. And a lot of students say, well, I can do it in 1 hour. You cannot. So if you don't give enough time, you will fail. So if you don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
the time, don't
agree.
start. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Make sure that you're ready and you're prepared and you have the time for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And the Vietnamese students often face specific challenges like language, independent learning, balanced work and family. What mechanism does University of the People have to support and accompany these students?
Well, the challenge that Vietnamese have
Yeah.
are the same as students from all over the world.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because it is true, if you are not an English native speaker, English is hard. Studying independently is hard because
Mm.
when you are in a regular classroom, you sit like this. The professor speak, and you're falling
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah.
And then you wake up
Yeah.
and you take from your friend the notes, and you're okay. In our
Mm.
case, if you are not participating in the discussion, you fail. So you must be
Yeah.
active. It's hard. And you need self-discipline because you need every night or every few days to spend hours by yourself in front of the computer. So you need the discipline, you need the motivation.
Oh.
However, we are there, and as you said, balancing work and family, it's hard. You raise family. So what we do, first of all, we are very flexible. If you work, you can study at night. You can study if you have an hour break during lunch, you can study. If you are a mother that raising children, you can study after you put the children asleep in the evening.
Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere. You can study anytime, anywhere with any internet device. There is no time constraints. You don't need to be in the classroom in any specific time. Moreover, you can study with any internet connection, with any device. You can study from your cell phone, from your laptop, from your iPad, any internet. So we give a lot of flexibility. And what is also important, every student has a program advisor. So any question that a student has, any challenge that the students have, they have a person there that can help them, motivate them, give them advice. Sometimes we see that students take 3 courses and they can't make it. It's too hard.
Oh.
And they don't give up. And actually, so then the program advisor see that and approach them and say, listen, why don't you withdraw from one course? Pass the 2 courses that you take with a good grade rather than fail 3 courses. So, sometimes you need this perspective, and we give it to the students and try to help them as much as we can.
Mm. Wow. Oh, it's not easy for everyone to study like that, right? So
Yeah.
now let us address something that's on everyone's mind: academic integrity in an online AI-rich environment. And this is just academics. It's about personal integrity. In online learning with AI advances rapidly, how does University of the People define and if say academic integrity to student?
Yeah. So we do. I touched it earlier. So I will say it clearly that first of all, we do tell the students to use AI, and but they should actually evaluate what the AI did and actually just um, analyze it and look at the sources. We have tools to detect plagiarism. Students who copied and not did their own homework uh, will fail because
Mm.
we check it. So we want to make sure that the students did their own work and they know what they did and they didn't copy it because we believe that that's the way to succeed. And we are checking it very carefully. And if we have reasons to believe that the students has not done the work themselves, we approach them, tell them what we expect them to do, warning them that, be careful, what you do is not correct, and correct their ways. Yeah.
So how about what policies, tools are brochures in the school implementing to ensure students learn and work honestly, while also understanding the consequence of academic dishonesty?
Well, when students study with us, everything that they do is being checked by plagiarism, a tool. But we also give the students the ability, before they submit their homework, to put the homework into the tool and know if the tool thinks that they cheated or not. So if they see that their work, the tool will say, you're cheating, they know that they will be accused of cheating, so they need to rewrite it. So we give them the tools to be to know what is acceptable and what is not. The first course that they take with us, we teach them what it means to write a paper, how to write it, what to do, what not to do, and we are building. It's international group of students who are being taught what is allowed and what is not allowed, how to behave in the class in every aspect, but definitely the honesty, or what is considered to be dishonesty, and how to avoid it.
So how is University of the People building the cultures of honesty, responsibility, and conscientiousness in an international student community where most interactions is online?
Well, I think that, we have indeed an international community from students from around the world. And they
Yeah,
are indeed coming from different cultures, but in many respects, they are the same. Online is online. But we tell them what you're supposed to do, what you are not supposed to do. It's not only about honesty. It's about behavior. It's about culture. When do you speak? When don't you speak? How do you speak? How are you being polite enough to your fellow students? So we are being very, very careful about what the students allowed to do and what not. And when students are wrong, we approach them and tell them, "Hey, what you did is not appropriate. Please stop doing it." So we are trying to do, and having students from over 200 countries just help the students to knowing the world. But you do understand, you know, sometimes, for example, people from India are extremely polite. When you don't know Indian, you think, oh, they're not honest, they're just faking it. No, they're not faking it, they're really honest, they're really polite. And
Yeah.
other cultures, because they're so direct, it sounds like they're rude. No, they're not rude, they're just direct. So you need to learn how to manage, how to interact with people from around the world. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I also agree. I also feel shocked about the culture. So sometimes I also consider why in my mind.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So according to you, what is the core mindset that a student needs to carry throughout their lives in AI era career?
I think two things: studying all the time, all the developments, but even more important, to be open to developments. Continue learning all the time the new things. So that's the mindset that you should be. If there is something, whether you like it or not, whether you are going to use it or not, you need to learn it, because the future is for people who know how to use AI and how to navigate in the AI world. So yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah, thank you. So that's beautiful. Now, as we wrap up I want to ask the question that brings it on together. If you could send one short message to young Vietnamese people who are torn between uh, waiting for an opportunity and creating opportunity through online higher education, what would you say?
Creating the opportunity through online education. I think that, you know, basically, I do believe that, we don't know how tomorrow will look like and what will be there for us, good, bad. But if you study and you prepare for your future, your chance to succeed is much higher. So build the opportunities for yourself rather than sitting and saying, maybe it will come, maybe it will not come. Build it, make it for yourself, and then you will have it.
Yes, I also agree that I also try to learn everything I can. And I also have, and I believe many Vietnamese people also think like that. And Mr. Richard, thank you for this conversation. I think what's come through is that this isn't really about degree. It's about you. It's about your mindset. It's about your willingness to learn, about your courage to start. The degree is just vehicle. So before we finish, I want to ask, what's coming next for University of the People, and what are you dreaming about?
So we have now 170,000 students from 213 countries. So we are big. We are one of the bigger universities in the world. However, definitely online. However, there are millions and millions of people in the world who need the opportunity for higher education that don't have it. So my dream or my wish or my work is to continue growing University of the People, to grow and grow and grow, to enable more and more people in the world to have the opportunity for higher education, to convince other universities to do the same, because we cannot educate the entire world by ourselves, until
Yeah.
we get to the point where everyone in the world is being served. That's the dream, that every person in the world will have the opportunity for a decent higher education. And that's what we're doing.
That's beautiful. And thank you so much, Mr. Richard. This has been an extraordinary conversation. To our listener, you can find more information about University of the People at uopeople.edu. Connect with VietQubit on platform, and we will put on the resources in the show notes. This uh, episode was brought to you by VietQubit, a platform dedicated to exploring education, careers, and the future. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Mr. Chef, for your time, your vision, and your conviction.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was a great conversation. You did a great job. Thank you, the listeners, and I hope to see you all on studying with the University of the People and maybe meet you face to face in Vietnam one day. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And to our audience, thank you for tuning into episode 2. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode. It inspires you today. I'm Jonto, and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.